commemorates the ghetto that the Nazis erected here. So close to the central square, down here, close to the main station, and in both directions from over here and over there. As you can see from the fact, it says 50,000 people were prisoners here. What happened was that when in early July 1941 the Romanians and Germans took over the city, they immediately wanted to erect a ghetto. But the mayor complained about that and tried to win time. He told them he first has to go to Poland to study how a ghetto could be organized. And in the meantime, he complained in Bucharest at the government and told them that he could not run the city anymore if the majority of the population would be sent to a ghetto. So I studied a little bit the numbers and the statistics. There are two statistics from the 30s and 40s. One is from 1930, says the city had 112,000 inhabitants, 45,000 of them were Jewish. Second statistic is from 1931. There's 78,000 inhabitants in the city, so the city population shrinks a lot in that time, especially because the Germans were, after the Molotov-Ribbentrop contract, sent to Germany. Not exactly to Germany, they were thought to be settlers in the by Germany occupied Poland. Also during the Soviet time, there were deportations between 1940 and 1941, deportations to Siberia. And when the Soviets arrived in 1940, some of the Romanians left the city. So this is the reason why there's not 112,000 inhabitants, but 78,000 in 1941. But still 45,000 were Jewish, so the Jewish population was about the same number, but in percentage compared to 1930, it was quite more. In 1930 it was about 36% Jewish population. In 1941 it was 58%. So a huge majority in the city. If you send the majority of the city into a ghetto, meaning that they could not work, you have a problem. You have no doctors, you have no lawyers, you have no shopkeepers, you have not even people who make the beer. So this is one of the reasons why the Major Trajan Popovic complained, or this was his argument, saying if we send them to the ghetto, the city will die. Then he got the right to give permissions or permits to a certain number of people who were allowed to stay in the city and to leave the ghetto. He got a permission for 15,000 permits, and he gave nearly 20,000 permits. He lost his job, but these permits were valid. 30,000 or 35,000 until the end of the war of this prisoners of the Jewish population were deported to Transnistria, and only about half of them returned. The others died under very bad conditions, like from typhus or from hard work. Don't imagine it to be like the German concentration camps in Poland, like Auschwitz or Treblinka and other places. People died simply from starvation or from bad life conditions. On the other hand, you can say that Popovic saved about 15,000 people from being deported, with the argument that they were necessary for the survival of the city. Imagine what it meant to the others who were deported. The message to them was, you are not needed in this world. So when we go left now, we come in the traditional Jewish part of the city. The street here was called Synagogengasse, meaning a synagogue street, and there are still some buildings that were synagogues. With a little bit luck, we can go inside one of them. It's a carpenter workshop now, but usually they are friendly enough to let visitors in. We will try.